The core purpose of Nevada Youth Empowerment Project is to assist homeless older teens in becoming independent and self-sufficient community contributors. INYEP is a supportive transitional housing program for older youth that is based out of a 5-bedroom home located in a Northwest Reno residential area. Youth served by INYEP will be prepared to realize 4 milestones for their success: completing education and training, increasing skills and income level through employment, obtaining and remaining in permanent housing, and greater self-determination, including personal decision-making and behavioral skills that will enable residents to avoid future homelessness.
We've had about 63 girls go through the program in the last close to 6 years.
It just was a point where I was trying to focus on school. I was taking AP and honor classes, and I needed a place to stay at that was safe and supportive. I wasn't living at home, and I needed a place to stay.
So how did you hear about this opportunity?
I was at the community service agency at a program that was college prep, and one of my mentors had found out about my situation and referred me over to this home, and yep.
I was in and out of foster care for about 8 years. I was in foster care for 3 years the first time I went in, and then the second time I went in, I was 14. So my social worker referred me over to INYEP. 10 days before my 18th birthday, I moved in.
An average stay here is 1 year. We rarely have girls leave in less time than that.
They usually stay an entire year.
They'll stay a year or longer. This becomes a forever family to them. It isn't just a program for us. It is creating a connection with young people and showing them that there are other adults that are not their bio family that love them and care about them and want them to have the same opportunities that we had.
When you first moved in, was it scary? Was it relieving? What was your experience?
It was a really good place for me to be. I took all honors and AP classes throughout high school, so it was a really safe place for me to just study and focus on applying for colleges and making sure that I had enough support to get into college.
I was here for a year, and you learn so much. For me, what I mostly gained from it was just learning what it takes to be on your own. And what I mean by being on your own is by paying your own bills and managing a healthy life.
As we talked, I became amazed at how much this program is helping our youth. These girls I spoke with had gone from being homeless to being educated, and they have set some serious goals for themselves.
Right now, I am living in my own apartment, and I am working part-time at a local nonprofit as an administrative assistant, and I am at the university, UNR. I am a full-time student, and I am trying to major in neuroscience and minor in Spanish in the hopes of going to medical school.
And what do you hope to do with your education?
Go to grad school. I would like to become a music therapist. I volunteer at a local nonprofit called The Notables. They're a music therapy office which caters to children and adults with special needs. And I've been there for almost 3 years, actually around 3 years, help out with classes and with whatever they need. And they've really convinced me, just by being in classes and seeing how beneficial music therapy is. It's what I want to do with my life now.
Monica offers some advice to youth in the community that might be feeling lost.
We take for granted how to wash clothes, how to cook food, keeping the house safe, getting along with others. Those are not things you just learn on your own. So these kids that come into the home, we're teaching them all these different things. So if someone were sitting at home right now, the best thing that I can say to them is try to think about adults that you have in your life that are positive and that want you to do something good with your life. And go talk to them. Go tell them that you're having a struggle. Go ask them for advice. Go ask them what they would do if they were you. Make sure there's someone who cares for you, though, and wants you to have a good future.
Community programs take community involvement. INYEP is a small nonprofit that is truly changing the lives of these girls. But in order to keep that going, they need more private donors.
Each girl on an annual basis in an ideal budget, because oftentimes we have to cut our budget when we don't meet, the ideal situation, would cost approximately $30,000 for one girl for 1 year, which sounds like a lot of money, but when you compare it to what the girl would cost in the event that she didn't live here and didn't become a productive member of society that would hopefully give back and be an asset to our social structure, then she's going to end up in prison or jail or on the welfare system. And we have tallied that to be about $346,000 over a lifetime for a non-productive, weight-bearing person on society who likely will reproduce, if we're being completely honest, and make similar offspring. So it's a very expensive prospect as compared to spending $30,000 and investing in this girl to have a beautiful future. And then these girls keep coming back. I mean, you just met Liliana, who continues to come back to the house and be an inspiration for the girls living in the home. And you met Patty, who's also an example to the girls living in the home. And these are what you're paying for. The $30,000 covers everything. I mean, their housing, their food, their transportation, their out-of-pocket medical, tutoring, counseling. These are girls that come to us with often no clothing even. So you're starting from scratch and you're taking girls that have been sometimes on the street and building them up to functioning, individuals. So it costs a lot as a front-end investment just to get them to a level where they're supporting themselves and functioning again. It's an expensive prospect.
Still not convinced?
Of all the money that we raise, about 94% goes to the girls. Only 6% covers admin expenses in our house. It's that productive and it's that efficient here.
It's helped so much. I can't begin to describe my gratitude to Monica and Janine and Dr. Bob and everyone who's been a part of my life here. It's been pivotal. I don't know where I would be without Anyep. I don't know where I would have gone after I moved out of my foster home. I don't know if I would have been able to finish school the way I did.
I definitely believe that if I hadn't been in this program, I would be nowhere near where I am at today. It allowed me to focus on school and really find myself and get myself together and be grounded to where I'm able to focus on myself.
Well, girl, you are grounded and together. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Good answer.